and shine practice. I'd like to welcome you kindly to this practice. If this is your first time here with us, you want to look into the description box below and find the worksheet that we are working off of. We're working off of a journal, but I have placed those journal pages, the links for them in the description box below. You just got to click more, and it'll show you the link so that you can grab this journal page. Also, we're using a percussion tool. So if you have a percussion tool in your home, go ahead and grab one because that is a part of the class. And you want to find yourself in a comfortable seated position where you'll be uninterrupted for the next hour. And let's go ahead and arrive in the place where we are seated. The way that we are invited to arrive is by first beginning to feel how we are supported, connected to, and supported by the place where we are seated. And we do that by turning our attention inward and noticing how our body is held by our seats. So let's go ahead and do that together now. How is your body held by your seat? And as you are noticing how your body is held by your seat, you want to take a moment and notice which part of your body feels the most held. And you want to notice, what does that quality of support feel like to you in the way that you are held? And as you're feeling that quality of support, we're circling that. We're saying, this is God's living gift to me. This is that divine mystery's living gift to me. Take a moment and let your brain see it and allow your body to receive that. And then from that place of being supported, we are then taking a look at what is the challenge that we are, excuse me, what is the challenge that we are facing into today? What is the thing that is alive for you that is impressed on your heart and on your mind for your day today? And as you are noticing that quality of challenge that you are facing into, take a moment and you're going to draw that, feel where that comes alive in your body. And you want to draw that onto the diagram that that is corresponding to this page. So as you feel that, you want to, again, refresh your awareness of what you're connected to and what that gift is. And we just are turning our head side to side in the room. If you're drinking something, just squeeze the cup that you're drinking, the handle, the mug, or if you're drinking something that's just circular mug, squeeze it, push your feet into the floor while you're turning side to side. This helps us to widen our parasympathetic channel and awaken our full body all the way to the extremities, like letting the whole experience be alive in our system, both the experience of the support that we're receiving and also the experience of the challenge that is ours to face today. So the challenge that is alive for you today, that's yours, and you can kind of back up. There's going to be a through path for you because you're meant to be facing it. It's a part of what is going to shape you. But we get to choose how much rest, how much support do I get to receive so that I can navigate this challenge from a state of grace, from a state of peace. So when we're opening our system, yes, the aliveness comes in, and then we're going to spend this class helping that to be cared for and able to move into its pathway in a way that feels safe and alive. I wouldn't say easy, safe and alive. Not necessarily easy. Like it's like sit-ups aren't easy, right? So we want to read back through that challenge again. You're feeling your hands are alive, your feet are alive. This is my body, and I am connected to a source that's going to help me live my life in a safe way. This is my body, my life, and I'm connected to a source that's going to help me live life in a way that is doable and safe. And you're turning, looking to the ceiling, looking to the floor, and noticing how that helps you. All right, now we're going into step number 2. So when you're looking at your diagram or you're looking in your worksheet in the journal, this number 2 step, this is the strength part of this work, meaning my strength here that I'm trying to develop is my honesty, that I'm going to be able to come into really what it is I'm up to, my way of coping with my life, and the theme of the challenge I'm facing today. Whatever I'm facing today, I have faced it in the past in some way. So we want to take a moment and you're looking at that challenge and you're saying, how does my mind see myself engaging with this challenge? What do I see myself doing? So as you're writing that down, feel that part of yourself and just really slowly turn your head side to side, looking up, looking down, coming to the other side, looking up, looking down. Wiggling your toes, lifting your heels, squeezing your hands. And you want to read that line again. My mind sees and thinks about today's challenge like, what do you see yourself doing? And you want to just place your hand on the main area that you feel the aliveness happening. Very, very kindly, and just holding that. And we're saying, this is how I have done it in the past. And then notice again your footprint. Notice again your footprint, the way that you are held by the seat. Notice how that has changed. Even just within this first step. And then we want to notice we're holding how do we speak about it? So when we find ourselves in a situation like that, how do you find yourself, what do you find yourself saying about that? And again, we're just turning side to side. You're feeling the aliveness happening in your emotional sensory core. You're letting that be there. And you're just turning side to side to let the nervous system open a little bit more. As I turn side to side and I'm gently moving my eyes, looking up and looking down at the floor, this stretches the inside of my nervous system and allows for my body to digest or metabolize the aliveness, the biochemical aliveness and the energetic aliveness of the experience I'm feeling. So as you're turning and looking, see if you can feel, like if I'm turning to the left, I want to feel all the way down the right side of my emotional sensory core, all the way down to the pelvis. I want to feel that aliveness. And then you're coming to the other side, same thing. You'll feel the aliveness is coming up and down, or maybe it's stuck in an area and then coming up, trying to come back down through the throat, the lungs, the upper digestion, lower digestion. When we do this in radical slow motion, you're going to feel it moving with the pace of a fast storm, like how clouds are coming over and they're moving in a fast storm. You're feeling that movement, or it might be like stuck in an area or coming alive in an area. But the more we keep turning, the more it keeps its capacity to move. We want to look at how do we behave when we're facing into this challenge? What is it that we have done in the past, and what is it that we probably have done even recently to behave as we face into this type of challenge? So when you feel how you behave, see if you can take your hands, feel your legs, bend backwards. We're not doing this to make the sensation go away. I'm actually doing it to make more room for it to come alive. It's like a calling of the experience into my system So you're breathing, and again, I'm tracking that emotional sensory core and letting it fill. This is how I behave in the face of this challenge. Squeeze your hands, rock your feet on the floor, picking your toes up, pushing your heels down. Again, you're reading how you behave in the face of this challenge. And then what are the emotions and the sensations that are evoked when you experience this challenge? And where do those show up on your body diagram? You're letting the emotions be there. You're drawing it on your body diagram. These emotions belong to me. I'm supposed to be able to feel these emotions and allow them to meet the support inside of me. The people and the circumstances that are creating those emotions are doing that for me so that I can feel this emotion and help it be met by that divine mystery in me and watch something else unfold. We can very easily be looking at the person and the circumstance and blame, shame, judgment, anger, hurt, blah, 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 and not be receiving the connection and the support for the emotion. It is meant to be here to establish resiliency in my system. These are supposed to be here. So notice what happens in your system when you look at these are my emotions. These emotions are my job today. This is just like doing sit-ups. These are my exercises for today to let this emotion meet some quality of support in my body so that it flows into integration, and that changes how I am responding to the circumstances and the people that were the primary evokers of that today. It's about these emotions here, guys. This is the gold as it meets the divine mystery. So when you're looking at those emotions, and you're saying, these are for me. And then you're looking back to what is the quality of support that you felt from the beginning. See if you can allow those two to come together in your system. I have 3 emotions that are coming up that I am being invited to bring to that living support. Notice how many emotions you have coming up. And we give our biochemistry some time to do what it does, which is to flow and to integrate. It looks like dissipate or dissolve, but it's actually integration. The living support, our blood, our oxygen is supporting the biochemistry of each emotion. And notice what begins to happen as we do that. We want to slow that way down. Place your hand where you feel the emotion. And then you're noticing, how do they breathe? How does each emotion breathe? You're holding with the sides of your arms, the side of your rib cage and your collarbones. And then in the past, when you have faced into a similar challenge like this, how did that unfold? Then the present challenge makes me think my future will be. The present challenge makes me think my future will be. Okay, so now the aliveness should be really in your system. You should feel like that intensity moving around, and we want to be able to move our body and really feel along the emotional sensory core. Where is the primary area that is coming alive? When we're moving to do just some gentle stretching from our seat, we want to be trying to make more space for that to come alive. Again, this is a chemistry and an energetic more than it is like a solid thing. Like I want that chemistry and that energetic to be able to move into my whole body and then be feeling, and how am I supported? How is the support meeting this aliveness, not pushing it out and trying to disperse it? So only you can really feel that intention in the way that you move. Am I doing a move that's welcoming as I'm maybe coming side to side and lifting my leg? I can set my journal in front of me for a moment and kind of make a little room. And we're coming to the side and I'm lifting my leg, lifting my other leg. And then we're going to the other side. We want to start reframing how intense experiences feel. We love to go to 4th of July and watch fireworks go off and watch all the explosions in the sky. Those explosions are happening in our body every day with all the emotions that we have. But it doesn't feel as fun as the 4th of July when that's happening. And what we want to do is, can I make space for that aliveness occurring in my own body? And then come back to a center point. Squeeze your little hands, move your little feet, stomp your little feet on the floor. Hold your sweet brain. And we're saying, I'm going to do this. You want to name your quality of emotion. I'm going to let this emotion and this circumstance move through me in a new way today. I'm going to let it move through me supported today. And we're turning side to side. Good. Take your Theragun and see if you can feel, as you look through your whole emotional sensory core, where is the primary area that you can feel the aliveness occurring. And you're just going to do the Theragun through that area to support it in moving into your body fully. Good. And then now we're going to move back through and we're going to receive what is it that God is giving us for each stage of this. How do I bring in this living support into each of these regions of my emotional sensory core? Refresh your awareness of the quality of support. And we're saying, this is God's living gift to me. This quality of support is God's living gift to me. And let yourself receive that and make sure that you're articulating that on your drawing in some way. I use colors and draw to really articulate what is going on. And that helps to, number one, slow down the experience so that it can be embodied. This is God's living gift to me today. And this is going to take care of and nurture these emotions that have not yet been able to flow in this way today. And then we go back to how does your mind see it? We're saying pointing ourselves to the heart of the God that supports us, that we feel, to the heart of the God that we serve, that I give my life into. And we're saying, here's how my mind sees this circumstance. This is what I see myself doing. And then you want to write the response. Make sure that you're writing your name in the response line for number 3. This is what is being impressed upon you. This is what God is speaking into your life today. And then we're holding, how do we speak about that? How do we speak about that? And what does God say about that? And then my impulse to behave. Here's how I normally am responding to this. And the emotions and the sensations that we feel, again, we're turning, but we're noticing how we are held by the place that we are seated. And then our breathing pattern, it's interesting if you take notice how your breathing pattern responds to this quality of challenge, and then kind of do a tight lean to the side so it really flares out the side of one of your lungs, and then let that breathing pattern be there. And then the same thing to the other side. And then coming back to center and rotating side to side again. And then we're saying, this is how I breathe when I'm facing into this challenge. And then we're bringing our past experience to God and saying, this is how I have managed this in the past. And then you're turning yourself to the heart of God. And we're saying, this is what is alive in me today. How do you invite me to respond to this in a fresh way from being supported, while being supported? And notice what is revealed to you and through you. And then we're going to go into a 5-minute rest. And feeling again how you are the most supported. And then turn your head side to side. And we're going to come back to a seated position. For those of you who are listening on the replay, I wish you a wonderful day. And we're going to go ahead and turn off the recording so there can be a check-in with the people who are here live. And I just bow my head to the God that I serve and the God who supports me. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Holy Spirit. And for those of you who are connected to a God that speaks to your name differently, speaks to your heart differently, we hold space for you to connect in that way as well. If you want to join us live in these classes, you can check and find that link in the link box below. That'll take you to the website where you can access that. And I look forward to seeing you when it suits your schedule next. Have a great day.